Students, we are on class Reptilia. Let us continue with the general characteristics of this class. Thermoregulation. The reptiles are known to be cold-blooded animals called as poikilothermic. Let's talk about their digestive system. The reptiles have the presence of cloaca, just like amphibians. Teeth. When we talk about teeth, we have to talk about three different characteristics: type, replacement, and placement on jaw based on the type of teeth that are present. Most reptiles have homodont type of teeth. Replacement. They are replaced many times in their lifetime, so they are polyphyodont. On the jaw, they are placed either superficially, that is acrodont condition, or they are placed just inside the jaw but not very deep. That's called pleurodont condition. So for most reptiles, they are homodont, polyphyodont, and acrodont and pleurodont. However, for crocodile, which is supposedly a higher reptile, its teeth are heterodont. Human teeth are heterodont. Different types of teeth are present: incisors, canines, molars, and premolars. You know that. Replacement. In crocodile, the teeth are also polyphyodont, that is replaced many times in their life. And for humans, the teeth are replaced 2 times in the life, so it is diphyodont condition. Placement on jaw. For crocodile, they have thecodont condition. Same in us as well. It is thecodont condition embedded deep inside the jaw sockets. You must know this terminology very well, especially for crocodile. Next, we talk about excretion. The reptiles are known to have metanephric kidneys, which are more advanced type of kidneys. Fishes and amphibians had mesonephric type of kidneys, if you remember, the middle advanced. But reptiles have metanephric kidneys. Terrestrial reptiles are said to be uricotelic, which is also an adaptation in them to conserve water, terrestrial adaptations. And the aquatic ones are ureotelic, not ammonotelic. Uricotelic type of excretion in which uric acid is eliminated instead of urea. Uric acid is much more stable, very much non-toxic compared to ammonia, and it requires very little water to be excreted out. Because the kidneys are metanephric kidneys, very well developed kidneys, they do not need so much of a renal portal system. So renal portal system is very poorly developed in them. The renal portal system is poorly developed. Renal portal system means bringing the blood from the posterior part of the body first into the kidneys and then into the heart, not directly into the heart, to remove the nitrogenous wastes, etc. But because their kidneys and our kidneys are metanephric kidneys, so they are very efficient in removing the nitrogenous wastes. So renal portal system is not so much of a requirement. The blood from the posterior part of the body can be taken directly into the heart without taking it to kidneys first. Renal portal system is poorly developed. Hepatic portal system is well developed. Hepatic portal system is wherein the blood from the posterior part of the body is taken to the liver first for detoxification before the blood is poured into the heart. Well developed. Next, we talk about their nervous system. Reptiles have 12 pairs of cranial nerves. Amphibians had 10 pairs of cranial nerves. This is important. Sense organ. An important sense organ that you must be knowing about is Jacobson's organ, also called as vomeronasal organ, which is present in snakes. You know that the snakes have a bifid tongue, which it projects out of its mouth to sense the chemical stimuli. The snake will project its tongue outside, its bifid tongue outside, to detect the chemical stimuli. The chemicals will stick to the tongue, and then the tongue will retract back inside and touch the tongue to the palate. Right above their palate, there is presence of this organ, which is called as the Jacobson's organ, which will pick up the stimuli and send them to the brain. And it will help it in detecting what kind of chemicals these are, from which direction they are coming in. So this is an important organ that helps them to detect chemical stimuli. It's present in snakes and lizards as well. Tongue touches it to palate, and where the organ is present, it helps it in detection. Next, reproduction in reptiles. In amphibians, there was external fertilization. In reptiles, there is internal fertilization. Internal fertilization. Sexes are separate, and the males have copulatory organs. Most of the reptiles are oviparous, but some are ovoviviparous as well. For instance, rattlesnake is ovoviviparous, and some are viviparous as well. For instance, the rat snake. Finally, we talk about their eggs. Their eggs are covered by calcareous shell, which is a very important adaptation for them for a terrestrial life. Calcareous shell. Plus, they have all 4 extra-embryonic membranes. Now, what is this extra-embryonic membranes? Outside outside the embryo, there is presence of different types of membranes which will provide it with different things. The four extra embryonic membranes that are present, they are amnion, chorion, allantois and yolk sac, out of which the amnion will provide them with a fluid medium, allantois will help in nitrogen waste removal plus gas exchange, chorion will help in gas exchange, and yolk sac will provide it with nutrition. Okay, a young embryo requires food, it requires fluid medium, it requires gas exchange, and it requires nitrogen waste removal. All these four functions are done by these four extra embryonic membranes, which are packed inside a calcareous shell. So there is no loss of water as well, and so that it becomes a self-sustained system, which is very different from the amphibian eggs, which were not even covered by a calcareous shell. The only thing that was present in the amphibian eggs were a yolk sac, okay, which was very small in fact, but these ones have a very large yolk sac. Yolk sac is said to be very large, and that's why these eggs are said to be polylecithal eggs. Polylecithal means large yolk, and since this system is a very self-sustaining system, such kind of eggs are called as Cleidoic eggs. The ones in fishes and amphibians were non-Cleidoic eggs. Cleidoic eggs or amniotic eggs they are called because of the presence of this amnion membrane. The human eggs are also amniotic eggs. You will learn it in 12th standard. So such type of eggs with a calcareous shell and four extra embryonic membranes, such type of eggs are called as Cleidoic eggs, which is a very important adaptation in reptiles to lead a terrestrial life. Then the development, and because of the presence of such kind of Cleidoic eggs, the development of the young ones is direct. Okay, there is no larval stage which needs to come out of the egg and live outside in habitable conditions. Okay, it can just mature inside only and come outside fully formed. Development is direct, no larval stage. So with that we complete the general characteristics of reptiles. In the next lecture we will study some important examples of reptiles.
In the name of Lord Mahadev, please subscribe.